Well, joining us now to discuss is Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, great to see you tonight.
Good to see you, Brian.
The president has, let's say, a very tough speech to give tomorrow night. We can talk about what you think he will say, but let's start here. Senator, what does President Biden need to say to America and to the world in this moment?
President Biden should come out as a strong, resolute freedom fighter. That is not his nature. But what he should do is stand there and say, we are going to focus on energy independence. The way Putin is financing his war against Ukraine is because you have people buying oil and gas from Russia. Russia is basically a big old gas depot, oil depot, and they've got an army. And what we need to do is cut that revenue stream. Biden would do well to say, we're not going to import the 600,000 barrels of oil per day from Russia. We're going to stop it. We're going to become energy independent. Once again, like we were when President Donald Trump left office. So that would be a good starting spot. Another thing would be to say, hey, inflation. A big part of that inflation is energy. So yes, we take that into account. We're also looking at the cost of food and what policies have done to drive up the cost of food, of logistics, of transportation. This would send a huge message, but this White House has been tone deaf. They have chosen not to do that. They're trying to act as if they can soft pedal what is happening in Russia, Ukraine, what is happening with China, and that everything's going to be good. Joe Biden has thought he could come in and say, oh, buddy, oh, pal, let's talk about this. But that's not the way the world is working.
That's not the way the world is working. Senator, the president thinks he does have an explanation for why Americans feel so negative about everything. Listen to this.
There's a phenomenal negative psychological impact that COVID has had on the public psyche. And so you have an awful lot of people who are, notwithstanding the fact that things have gotten so much better for them economically, that they are thinking, but how do you get up in the morning feeling happy? Right. Happy that everything's all right.
Things have gotten so much better for them economically. Senator, to me, that sounds like the preview for the State of the Union tomorrow night. What do you think?
How can you possibly say that when people have less money in their paycheck, when people are having to spend an extra $20, $25 a week to fill up the car, when they go fill up every week, when their grocery bill is not 7.5% higher, but 20% higher, when their money does not go as far, when they're having to pay delivery fees they've never had to pay before. This is ridiculous that he would think the people are better off and it's all because of COVID. But here's the thing. This is what a leftist will do. They will always pass the buck and make it somebody else's fault. It is never their fault because they feel like if you had socialism and that you could not have a divergent opinion, everybody had to believe and say the same thing, then the world would be wonderful. But you know what? People do have opinions. People are living real lives. They are going to work. They're trying to tend to their families. They're trying to get to the grocery store, get to the gas station, pay fees for school, get children signed up for sports and activities. Everything is costing more. Summer camp this summer is going to cost more. Now, Joe Biden needs to realize what we realize in Tennessee. If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. And when they are looking at Joe Biden's policies, they are not happy. Whether it's mandates, whether it's lockdowns, whether it's CRT in the schools, whether it's an open southern border, crime in the streets, drugs, sex trafficking, human trafficking, Afghanistan, Russia, not standing up strong enough for Ukraine. The list goes on and on.
Well,
I could cut kind of get on the soapbox there, couldn't I?
I hear you. I started this segment by saying he's got a tough speech tomorrow night. I think you nailed exactly why. And Senator, I'll agree with you. You know what the best thing to do is? Deal with reality the way it sits right now. That's what the president needs to do. We've got to leave it there, Senator. Always appreciate your thoughts. Thanks for being with us today.
You got it. Take care. Bye-bye.